Yeah, this your boy Ruckus, man. Whenever you touch down in Chicago, make sure you get in tune with your very own #1 internet radio station on the planet, the G-Spot Lounge. Follow the movement. I want 'em.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's the big homie DJ JT the Don, a.k.a. Mr. Mixtape Murderer, b.k.a. Mr. Get You Heard. And every single Sunday night, you can catch me tuned in live to the G-Spot Lounge, #1 internet show on the web. You can hear everything from live interviews to independent music. Now don't touch that mouse, turn your speakers up. Now let's get into it, let's get it.
They say it's new competition, well that's old news.
All this money I be steady chasing, tell these little niggas get on my level. When they G5 sitting on the What it is Ripper Man, and you rockin' with the G-Spot Lounge. So turn your speakers up. Let's go.
You done tuned in to the G-Spot, so you on now. Time to turn it up, the mic got the rock to go rebound. Tell them other stations that we don't play. Money coming back like a rebate. We in the same spot, at the top, 8 o'clock every Sunday. Send your music in, get your songs played. That fire, that hot blaze. When they chat it up, got something to say, you can call it in like a sick day. Alias with the intellect, we the hottest set on the internet. Hood Cash with the Smith & West, and they hold the shells like a bird's nest. Ask around in the shot town, it goes down. Bring your best out, turn the show out, you don't laugh now. Who the competition, they in time out. Hope you tuning in, cause it's going down in the G-Spot Lounge.
Yo, what's up? This the G-Spot Lounge. We back in effect, the first show of 2021. What's good, Miss Tamika B?
I'm chillin', still rocking with you. 2021, we finally made it.
Always. G-Spot Lounge, who's calling? Hey, what's up, G-Money? How you doing?
How you doing, my brother?
Oh, man, I can't call it. I'm sorry I missed your call, man.
Oh, okay.
Yep, so how you doing, man?
Man, blessed, man. I'm totally blessed, man. You know, I understand you guys are having a little rough weather out there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but we're making it. We're making it.
Well, you know, no man knows the time or the season.
Excellent.
And you know, it might turn our hair gray, but that's okay. We could dye back black.
You can dye black. It don't last, man. It's always good to be natural, man, I tell you.
So, for people who don't know you, why don't you give an introduction of who you are and where you come?
We're on the air. I thought I was just calling you at home. I'm sorry. I apologize, man. Let me put on my clothes. Man, I thought I was calling you at home.
This thing is, though, you know.
Know me. My name is G Money. Good money, gave money, and got money. I'm an OG that turned into an MOG. You know what the MOG stands for?
What's that?
It's a man of God, you know?
Oh.
I love that.
That's dope.
I love that.
That's dope. Hey,
you know, you gotta change your way of thinking. I would change my thinking for his thinking, and his will be done, not mine.
Exactly.
I surrendered in time to get out the game, you know.
Yes.
Most people describe New Jack City as being where we were only drug dealers and gangsters. But as you can see, I am not dead. I am alive. Alan Payne betrayed me in the movie New Jack City with my best friend. As for Hollywood's sake, you call him Nino Brown.
Okay.
But again, you know, the redemption has been, you know, delivered here, and the prosperity of everything that was promised to me if I change my life, you know. So I got to clean up where I messed up.
Hey, that's what's up. And you know that's real, man. That's just real. Because for a lot of people, you know, I know a lot of people that's been in the game, still in the game. And the thing is, it's like, when do you stop? When do you say this is enough? You know what I'm saying? When do you grow up? And it's like, I like that, man, you know. And it's like, a lot of people, man, is not on that level at all.
Well, you know, we're all supposed to preach the gospel, which is the good news. And, you know, good news, for most people, will consider it to be probably too good to be true. Well, as it is in heaven, it is on earth. Everything good is in God's name. You know, how a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Where your soul goes, your life goes. So if your soul is not agreeing on the relationship that God had mentioned from the very beginning, that, you know, man didn't make God, God made man. And you got to exchange your thinking for his thinking. God made us in his likeness, his image, and he's given us his authority.
Correct.
And we have to have known how to identify with our true identity. You know, God takes the natural man who only operates by sense knowledge. Sense knowledge is that when he sees, when he smells, when he tastes, when he hears, and when he touches. It's your earth suit. That's your earth body. You can pick up physical things. But you are a spirit. You don't have a spirit. You are a spirit. You have a soul. Your soul consists of your mind, your will, your emotions, your thinker, your chooser. Now, when your soul agrees with the spirit that believes the word of God, it gives you the victory over the world. Remember, there are some that many are called, but only a few are chosen. I believe that this is the time where a lot of the great leaders need to come forth at a time like now to give the true knowing how this battle is being won. We're not talking about church, we're talking about having a classroom where you can learn and dissect what it is that is going on, that you may not get the proof and the evidence, which is always a way that they try to prevent you from obtaining that. But when a man does that, how a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. When he speaks what's in his heart, so shall he speak. So you can be congested with the world's way of thinking. You can think like them, you talk like them, you act like them. Eventually, you know, as we were young men, we fell short of the glory of God, not knowing he had already made provisions for those who love him. And I gave him an opportunity. And, you know, right now I'm grateful that I was able to leave a mark that cannot be erased. I have a #1 bookseller, The Chronicles of the New Jack Era. It turned into a screenplay, which we're actually doing a true story of my life story, because this is really based on my life story. The CMEs, the Cash Money Brothers. It wasn't the Nino Brown brothers, it was the Cash Money Brothers. And at that time I was able to duplicate myself and be in several places at one time. So I created the C&B, Cash Money Brothers.
Oh, that's what's up. Now, what in your life made you change to become a man of God?
Well, it was an offer. Death or life, blessings or curses, you choose. And I didn't make the choice. For a moment I heard about it. It's like me telling you for the first time, you hearing that it was preached to them as well as to us, but what they heard didn't profit them. When I was in the world and of the world, through denomination, theological point of view, I didn't take heed to the choice that I had to make, I could have made. But when I made that choice, September 9th, 1999, there was a promise that was promised, and he delivered everything that he promised, that he would make provisions for the things that once I decide to change my, first of all, you know, those who went over to God's side, it's like this, it's the power of God. And, you know, man does not live by bread alone, but every word that proceeds out of his mouth of the word of God. And the mindset that I had when I was in the world, I didn't have a problem putting them in the trunk and taking them to the woods. Now that was the gangster part of providing the services that were rendered in the game in itself. But, you know, again, you have to come to the end of yourself that you need a savior. You need somebody to make sure you end up with the biblical instruction before you leave here, and it will guide you in the direction to be led by the powers that be within the relationship you make and obtain your relationship with God. Wow, am I saying all that, man?
Man, hey, I'm like, man, that's deep.
You want to know what's amazing? What's amazing to me is when a person can recognize their error of their ways and make corrections in their life to move forward and apply the gospel to their life. That's what's amazing.
Well, it's God's, he cares for me and he cares for you and everyone that have ears to hear, let him be listening. The choice was death or life, blessings or curses. God is blessed forever. If I'll use this terminology very rare. If you're too dumb to know what to choose life.
Right. That's right. That's right.
That's forever. My word is spirit and it is life. You can be in the world, another world, and have contrary speech. Contrary speech, it just doesn't line up with God. People know about God, but they don't know God. You gotta have a personal relationship with him and understand how this is what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
And this is not even my testimony.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you're a man of God, how do you feel when people recognize you as G Money? Man, it's the man.
Well, before I became the infamous G Money around the world and throughout, I was also entertainer in the areas of comedy. I was out before George Kirby. I ran with George Kirby, Rich Little, some of the young, great impersonators that were gifted with a gift from God. During the night, I ran the relationship with most of the theaters in New York. One of them I was the master of ceremony with for several years was the world famous Apollo Theater, opening it up with Smokey Robinson, Natalie Cole, Felipe Wynn, Esther Phillips. And during the night I was master of ceremony. During the day I ran the CMB.
Okay, all right. So what, like the movie, was it New Jack City, was it accurate? Or was it like fairy tale?
No, it was not a documentary. No, of course not. And to show you, Hollywood is only interested in one thing, and that's making money. And during that era and time, my neighbor wrote the story to New Jack City. We all grew up in the Harlem development here in New York. We didn't have to sell drugs. We were like the poor little rich boys. We grew up in a co-op development in Harlem, 27-story high-rise, swimming pools, security guards. Most of our parents were political figures, and most of us, grew up in an environment where we had everything. Private schools, own rooms, bathrooms, We lived the life, the Raleighs, like Jefferson's moving on up.
Right,
and the lifestyle we lived, but certain things were triggers of the major drug dealers and associates of Nicky Barnes, Guy Fisher, some of the guys that grew up, Frank Matthews, P.B. Kirkland. These guys were idol figures among us as young men. So we picked up where the idol figures left off because nothing changed about the game but new players.
Exactly. So, and did like Hollywood approach you? Did Mario Van Peebles approach you about your character? Or how did that go?
I was still in the game. I was getting about $30,000 a day. I was not interested in the things that were going on in the world's way of physical evidence of music and film and movie industry. I wasn't in that bracket. I only switched occupations because this was a multi-million-dollar business I was already engaged in. And the film and movie industry is a multi-million-dollar business.
Oh damn, that's what's up. So did they compensate you for your character?
Correct.
Well, put it like this: I got to clean up where I messed up.
I get you. I get it.
So whereas those who follow the idol figures of the world, and I'm not only was I a public figure, but I was an idol figure. And being an idol figure of the world, people look up to you and copy. They try to copy you. And during that time, I've studied too, in order to be educated to run a Fortune 500 club. And most of us could have ran a Fortune 500 club, and we had to be rated what our qualifications and our IQ was. For me, I read a very good book at a young age, 15 years old, given to me by a school teacher. She said, "This fits you." And I said, "What is it?" She gave me a book as a tip. Tip was Think and Grow Rich.
Right.
And I read that book that I've adapted from Howard Hughes, Gardner, Rockefeller, Burbanks, Woodrow Wilson, some of the great minds that influenced me to be able to use the structure of the 17 most powerful principles of the 25,000 men who disclosed their secrets and applying the principle of law of thinking and growing rich. And it came along with my name and came along with everybody goes to work for, and it was making money. So I wanted something that people could remember me by. And, you know, Gerald, you know, I made my first G with Nino. And my first paycheck with him was $4,000. I said, look, man, 100 days, man, I can have 400,000. What we going to school for? We just need to stay out on the street for a couple more hours. And that's it. So I'm like, man, listen, he didn't want to go to work the next day. I said, man, you're going to mess up my $8,000 for the 2 days I'm working, man. You cut me short. So, make a long story short, that was a small scale.
Wow.
I went to Santo Domingo and I got to be a trustee. I became a trustee for the Dominican. So the client of that was through my lieutenants that worked Wall Street. That's where the Wall Street junkie came from. My lieutenants used to hang out, wait for the DA, the lawyers, and all come during lunchtime. First of all, breakfast, and then pick up what they call the fish scale cocaine, you know, bro. My friend tell me, you know, 1 ounce make 2 ounces, you know, Gerald. You tell you something, they're gonna be calling you G money. Now look, I'm gonna give you 14 samples of this stuff, you know. You give these to the guy with the gold chain, the fancy car, you know, the fat guy with the pretty girl, you know. you do that for me, and you say, bro, they're gonna be calling you G money. So I go, my friend G, I say, yo man, yo Nino. My man told me to give some of these samples out to some of the friends that, you know, the guys that are in the game. We went and gave it out. It came out. One dude said, yo, man, can you go get me a bird? And I said, what's that? So I called my man up. He said, Gerald, don't come here with the money. He said, yo, I got 20 stacked for you. 20,000. I said, whoa. I said, okay. He said, yo, where you think you going? Talk to Nino. He said, yo, man, you your brother's keeper, right? Stay until your man come back with my stuff. So, come on, have a drink on me, man, while your man come back. So I called my friend. He said, Gerald, don't bring the money here. Don't bring the money here. Come pick her up. And then, you know, we talk later. We meet later and give you the lighting money. I said, okay. So he said, it's already made for you, Gerald. I said, what? He said, yeah, I came and picked up a birthday bag with balloons on it. Cops running up and down the block looking for drug dealers. I walk out with a birthday bag and balloons and get in the cab and go take it to him. He said, yo, man, my man is here from Philly. He been waiting on this turkey for about 2.5 hours. This man ain't coming. Yo, can you go get my man 2 birds to take back with him to Philly? I said, yo, I need 2 more birds. He said, yo, don't bring the money here. Take the money home and then come and pick up the package. Same thing. He said, yo, man, you think you trying to play me, man? Would you give me a bag with balloons and then gift wrap? I said, your package is in there. He said, man, this man is real, yo. What's up? Yo, I need to see you tomorrow. I'll be finished this by tomorrow. My first paycheck was $30,000.
Wow.
Really?
And you know what, man? It's just amazing, you know, because of the era that we live in now. You see all these fake people doing stuff for clout. They want to be heard. They want to be seen, you know, and it's like, man, it's a privilege to hear this coming from you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, this is real, you know, and it's like that. You know, we see the movies and be like, oh man, look at this. You know, you be all hyped up, but when you actually hear it from somebody who lived it and who done it, is a complete different story.
Absolutely, absolutely. I have a question, if I may.
Sure, absolutely.
Have you thought about writing your memoirs?
Well,
I have a #1 bookseller out right now.
Oh, that's what's up.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can. It's in Barnes and Nobles and Amazon, and it's also on my website. My website is the New Jack Empire LLC.
Okay.
The book is called The Chronicles of the New Jack Era. It's the official autobiography of the original Gerald G. Money, 1G. Gerald G. Money.
Okay.
good money, gave money, got money. Gonna get a little more money.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Hey, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna help you push your book, man, because I like that. I like that, man. Man, you made my night tonight, man.
Oh man, you kidding me, man? I thought you was snowed in, man.
Hey, but
I thought you was snowed in. I thought I'd just give you a hand tonight, man. You know what's really great, man?
What's that?
You know, when I mention all that, I boast of nothing of myself. I never gained anything without the cooperation of other people. Even in that world that I lived in the world that I was in, there was no God. You know, and there was no acknowledgement of my relationship that I didn't know that my true identity is he made me in his likeness, his image, and he's given me his authority. So when you chase mammon, you know, mammon, people do things for mammon than they would do, you know, for anything else. You know, a guy calls in and says, yo, man, I'm sick for the day, man. The guy says, oh, yeah, 3 o'clock come, you know, the checks come out. What you doing here, man? I thought you were sick. Hey, I mean, I had to pick up my check 3 o'clock. I need my money. You know, a lot of us try to go to church and it's snowing and raining. Man, messing up my good clothes. I ain't going to church. But let it be that you had to go pick up some money.
right.
Don't tell them what you can do. You know, this is
You're right.
You know, this is what happened. It's just like with every evil work.
Right.
Of these things that would transpire, what we do for mammon. So I learned not to become dependent on the stimulus or becoming dependent on a check. I depend on God. I made him my only source. And a lot of us don't want to take a chance in saying, well, look, you know, as long as I'm healthy and strong, I believe that my efforts and my performance, I'll get it done. And then this way, God won't get the glory. But you didn't acknowledge that nothing I have ever got, I boast of nothing of myself. Everything I've obtained is through the gifts and the greatest things that God promised that he would deliver in my life. You know, I have a great testimony of how, you know, when the rest of the world is sick, we're well. When they're in poverty, we're in Goshen. You know, we're into the rest. And if you already entered a rest where you're not concerned about worrying, and I give this to you too as a tool of the riddle of the wise, it would say, worry about nothing. Pray about everything. Tell God what you want. And then thank him as though you already had it. You follow those 4 things, you're going to see the evidence and proof of the power, the confidence that you can have in the things which was just spoken for those who have ears. This is the greatness of the will of the wisdom of God. And the wisdom of God is definitely what is needed at a time like now. So I didn't want anyone to think that it was all based on the money that was made during those eras of time. With all the good trips, the vacations, the girls, the women, the trips and all that, I counted it all vanity. It was nothing. Nothing came to the time when you had to spend alone time with God in order to focus and pushing on and pressing to the high calling in your relationship with God. Meaning more than anything else, that God can put his super on your natural. It's like some of you women, your hair nappy, you know, you get that straightened in there, and he put his super on your natural. You know what I'm saying? Well,
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I said, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I said, I'm trying to tell you something.
That's what's up, man.
Definitely. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
And you know, you said the Cash Money Brothers. So, like, how did that name come about? And also, I read about it wasn't no leaders or nothing like that. Everybody was equal. So how did you maintain structure?
Well, Nino Brown was mainly in the family and orientation of what his family was delivered in the game, that he was with the boy. I know the difference between boy and girl, right?
Right.
He was with the boy. It was the dope game.
Right. Okay.
I stayed with the girl.
Okay.
And if you stay with the girl, it's just like, you know, fear and faith goes 2 different directions.
Right.
You know, I'm sure there was a lot of fear. You know, you didn't have to worry. You had to worry about the FBI, CIA. You know, the main thing that survived me was keeping a low key.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of guys want to be flamboyant and show they're making money and doing all that. They're the ones that didn't survive, you know, because easy come, easy go. Fast as you make it, fast as you spend it. The whole key of it is not to Well, for me, I needed to duplicate myself. I needed to be in 20 places at one time. I ran this operation for 17 years.
Wow.
I was able to get in smart. My mother used to have this term, smart niggas don't go to jail. And, God bless her dead, she was right.
Right. Man, that's deep. That's deep.
Yeah, I never went to jail for selling drugs, but I had my share of beating them up.
Right. I hear you.
Where my money at? But again, like I said, I've been in both worlds, and over here, I don't have to fight for a place or position. I already got it. When I made my mind up to make him the Lord and Savior of my life and have a relationship with him, like a marriage, you got to get to know him. Like, you ain't going to just, go out with a girl, spend time with her 2 or 3 years, man, and not know her. It's like a relationship, like a marriage. And you get to get that relationship with God, man. Life is so sweet, man. I'm telling you, it's sweet, buddy. It's sweet. You can't even understand it. You know what I mean?
That sounds like a document. That sounds like a confirmed document.
Girl, let me tell you. Ooh-wee.
Trust me, I definitely understand what you're saying. Me personally, I pray that I'm marked for survival.
Oh, God loves you. He cares for you. I didn't know he cared for me. He just said, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the veil off of your eyes, and you can go back in there and get the rest of them and take the veil off their eyes, because Satan don't want to take his hands off you, He wants to keep you in bondage.
Exactly.
So I want my people to stop worrying. He said, let not your heart be troubled. When trials and adversities come at you, be of good cheer. Why? Because I've overcome the world.
Exactly.
So I've given you the victory over the world.
Oh, thank you so much.
Man,
thank you.
Hey, we definitely gonna cop that book, and like I say, I'm gonna help you push it. I'm gonna put it on my website and everything, because I think that's something that people need to know. Meaning that, like I say, especially with today's generation, if you gonna walk that walk and everything, you gotta know how to walk it. It's like a game. Don't play the game if you don't know the rules. And I think you were a perfect blueprint of that.
I gotta clean up where I messed up.
Exactly.
I ain't lying no more. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a liar and a cheat can't make it through the door.
Yeah.
I gotta clean up where I messed up. I'm starting my life all over again. But this time I'm already into the rest, man, and it's peace. It's not like the world's peace. This peace, first of all, let me give you how you obtain this. This is like, I've always cheated. I always studied and made sure everybody had the answers. Once you get into knowing that you appreciate everything, like you always said, there God has many mansions. I'll give you, God told you beforehand, I'll give you houses you didn't build. I'll give you roads that you didn't build to walk on. I'll give you all these things. And when you learn to be thankful, nothing like being thankful for everything that's around you. You could probably have more than enough shoes, clothes, whatever, in abundance till it's full, until it overflows. And make you the lender and not the borrower. There's something about having this relationship with Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving produces joy. Joy produces happiness. And if you happy, God, you got peace.
Come on with it.
Yo, girl, we about to hold it, boy. I'm about to tear up this rug, girl.
I'm with you.
Listen.
Tell me. You better tell me.
You hear me, girl? I hope I'm appealing to your spirit man and spirit woman, male and female. Because I'm not talking to the natural man.
You know what?
You know what I'm saying?
And you're not, because I understand everything that you just said. I'm a praying woman. I don't have time to sugarcoat and play games, because I see the veil been lifted. I see, but now I have to prepare myself for the new life.
It's a finished work. While you sleeping, God is connecting the dots, and when you awake, it's already been made for you. Everything in life for you is a finished work. God ain't going to do something. God didn't, God did everything he wanted to do and accomplish everything. And good thing he didn't create man first, because man would have drowned. You know what I mean? But God has provided everything you're going to need. It's called biblical, but the Bible is considered the understanding of it, the wisdom of it is, it's biblical instructions before leaving earth. Everything is finished. It's a finished work. We're all supposed to be speaking the same language.
Exactly.
There should be no differences among us, because it was preached to them as well as us, but what they heard didn't profit them. They ignored the things that were given as the gifts of God and the promises of God. And God's not a man that he shall lie. And for those who don't know, everything that's made was made from the unseen. You just gotta learn how to connect, but you can start with being thankful to have your health and strength to get the wealth. Even though, that leads to joy. And boy, when there's something, when you get that emotion of joy, godly joy, that you can almost cry how good God has been to you. When you look sick, he made you well. You know what I'm saying? When, how they say, mama need a new pair of shoes, baby need a new Pampers, and, light bills due. When how that happened, God provided everything you needed. Absolutely. That's Thanksgiving right there. Everything good. Right now, they said as it is in heaven as it is on earth. And this time, the glory of God is pouring through like the seas of the ocean and the waves coming towards us. The glory of God is on the face of the earth. People say, well, the pandemic, most people are not dying from the pandemic and COVID-19, because I wonder what happened to COVID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, up to 19. And this is something now is coming about. But I went back in the scripture and it said, for those who are in the world and of the world, remember God plucked us out.
Yep.
But those who are in the world, they will face trials, tribulations, and adversities. But if you want to come over here, you're going to have peace. Keep your mind on the things above, and I'll keep you in perfect peace.
That's right.
Give him a chance. Give him a chance. Oh, I said, man, I'm like, yo, God, look, I got car notes, I got insurance, I got rent, I got bills. I like clothes, I like money, I like having money in the bank. He said to me, he said, well, cast your burdens on me. So I said, well, I'm going to give you a few. I'm going to take care of the rest myself. He says, God says, look, all I need you to do is cease from your works, like I ceased from mine on the seventh day. I didn't stop because I was tired. I was finished. And everything on this earth has already been designed and made available for those who love me. I've set aside the abundant life.
That's right.
I said, G-Man, I'm gonna ask you something, G-Man. How you gonna forgive that person, OG? How you talking about you love that person? They talk about you. They lied on you. They cheated on you. They stole from you, man. How you gonna love somebody like that? That's called the agape love. Unconditional. See, in the world, you have conditional people in the world. Women breaking up with them, man. I found a number in your pocket. Yeah, but that belongs to the lady at the Domino's Pizza Shop. That's their number. Oh, you making love to the lady at you call that Domino's. No, that was the number to the place. Oh, you gotta go. You gotta go. No, I ain't having that. And relationships are being broken up because emotions is moving at an all-time high. Emotions and feelings rule the majority of people.
Exactly.
You can't change the way you think.
I agree. I absolutely agree. Thank you so much. You have been a truly inspirational person. I've been waiting to speak to you. He can tell you. It's like, I was like a kid at the candy store, waiting to hear you. And I appreciate every word you just spoken out your mouth.
Wow. Well, thank you, my sister. I I boast of nothing of myself. This is not even my own testimony. I just got the proof and the evidence, and I just became a witness to the truth of the things that all I ever wanted to know was the truth. And the truth lies with being and knowing who I really am. You know, it's time for us to stop acting like Clark Kent and come out with the tights and the cape of the supermen that we are. And I think that's why, again, if I can run an illegal operation for 17 years to avoid the CIA, FBI, the detectives, the killers, the murderers, the pick-up kids, and survive the game, knowing that it was an influence that was totally in the world and of the world and of contrary, that didn't line up, and I decided to, you know, make that choice, like I mentioned in the beginning, choice. And I decided, and I made a decision. I'm gonna go with the blessings. And it's not my will be done, his will be done. And that I came to grips with that, and I ceased from my works. And he said, look, I care for you. And I cast my burdens on him. I gave him all of them. And I tell you, I can't even believe it. I do believe it because of his promise. And because I believe all these things have manifested in my life are the promises that God promised each and every one of us. And God's not going to let anyone perish that they don't get an opportunity to really show a desire to seek. And you shall find. Knock and the door will be open. Ask and it shall be given. You know, the getting is in the asking. Ask God for what you want. I guarantee you, you are not going to believe that seed that was sown of the promises, and you hold on it. You know, a lot of things we do when we hear inspirational words remind me, excuse me, I don't mean to cut you off. As the man that went out to sow, he dropped some seeds on the ground. The seeds were good for the birds to come and eat them up immediately. And then some seeds fell upon the stony ground where it went down, but it wasn't deep. And it sprouted right up like being inspired for a minute, you know, like a burst of energy. And then when the sun came and scorched it, it withered away. And then those seeds that fell among the thorns, they grew up among the thorns, and the thorns choked the word out. But there were some seeds that fell on good ground, and it grew and it multiplied. You know, something is good, it grows and it multiplies. And this is, you know, you tell somebody else tells somebody else, somebody else tells somebody else. But when you know that the devil has been keeping you blind through the lens of the world and the lens of how God sees things, and you take the desire, because God is a rewarder for those who diligently seek him. Ooh. You know, there's a reward behind this. And cast not away your confidence in my word, for there's a great recompense or reward. Now listen, remember, I'm the guy who used to put him in the trunk, take him to the woods. You know, I ain't have a problem with all that. But God said, I need to take you and put you on the shelf like a Coca-Cola bottle that's been in the sand and people stepped on it and little kids play skates with it, and then you recycle it and come back. I'm going to put you back on the shelf with your money as a new creature. And I'm going to make you like no other creature. You're going to be a new creature like no other creature in this world. And I'm like, man, come on, man. I don't know. Can I perceive that? Can I receive that? He said, man, just try me. And I tried it, and like I'm just telling you, this is the grace and the truth. That, man, this thing works, bro. I'm telling you, man, you gotta be a fool not to want to take heed of it.
I agree.
I agree.
And I agree, man. And it's like, at the time when I saw like New Jack City, if I knew that you at the time was a real dude, I'd have been looking for you. Be like, man, come on, let's go.
Oh, they did come. They did come looking. I was like Ghost.
Yeah, I hear you. And you know, and like I say, man, I'm glad this was like a good conversation, man, a good positive conversation, because it's like, in my book, you a legend. You in my book because it's like, I mean, you know, a lot of us glorify that kind of stuff. You know, when you see the movies, you know, you try to be like these people, but when you actually get a chance to talk to these people on what their life was about and how they changed, I mean, that's a big impact. You know, that's a big impact.
What's redemption? It's called redemption, and very rare is the redemption, you know, even in Chicago, California, Baltimore, Chicago. Redemption is very rare that you can get to this point where you know, I say, I have a past, but I don't live there. And neither one of us, nothing remains the same even a split second ago.
Correct. Correct.
You know, and you have, you know, learned from experiencing yourself the game, what it was all about. But this is where, again, you know, with the body, you serve the flesh and you serve the things that go along with other physical things. But with the mind, you serve God. That's why this is we're engaged in why so many things are occurring.
Correct.
Is that this is a spiritual warfare. We're in a spiritual warfare, and you need, you know, generals to instruct how to survive through the landmines and the boomerangs and the things that will affect you. When yet you have already been provision has been made to put us already where we are today. And like, you know, I'm making this movie I'm making now. You know, I'm so grateful. I got a great team of individuals that a part of this empire. I was able to establish relationships with so many great people in Hollywood, some of my friends that I performed with, some of the people I knew. I've met so many people in this industry. And now we're doing my story, from gangster to God, the untold story of the mystery. So this part of where I'm at now, I got the television series, and, you know, I'm having a lot of surprise guests and celebrities, cameos coming through. I got a great soundtrack. I'm not trying to emulate New Jack City. I want to leave a mark for our young generation, and that, you know, these guys almost ran a Fortune 500 club right in front of us and showed us how they did it. And that's one of the greatest things that is needed at a time like now to clean up where we all messed up. So most of the people that are greatly, you know, influencers, you know, people look at celebrities as gods. We are their gods. We are the light of this world. And they have to come to us for prayer and the rest of the things that are needed, the instructions given by God, because they were busy doing their own thing. So now we are the light of the world. And you don't take a light and put it under the table. We are the light, and we are the gods, and then we are made in his likeness and his image. And we've been given his authority, and you exercise your authority by the words of your mouth. Like Jesus told him, he says, man does not live by what you eat, or by food or bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of your mouth of the word of God. That's what you perceive.
God's word is food.
You got what I'm saying. Hey, Bernie Mac, I'll say, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
I know. Yes, sir.
You know, man, it's you know, you say you have, you know, you working on a film. You know, if you need some people, you know, I'm an actor too.
Okay. All right. You gonna be stutter man, right?
Hey, wherever I fit in, man. As long as I'm not getting beat up or thrown off a bridge or something, I'm cool.
Oh man, you my type of guy, man. You know, why would I throw you hang you over the bridge, man? You got my money. You see, we all we got.
Right.
We all we got. Mm-hmm. You nigga talking about, man, sit your $5 down before I make change.
Right.
You know what? He didn't tell the real story.
Okay, and then, man, we have it all, man. It's like
Nah, man, I told him don't ever come to a gunfight with a knife. You can put that sword down. I got this 38 in my back pocket.
Right.
Now tell me, oh yeah, $6 $5 down. Yeah, okay. Play with me if you want to.
Right.
But that was the old man, you know.
Right.
You know, Paul said, I was like G-Money that's now converted in a relationship like Saul to Paul. You know, Saul was the crucifier of a lot of the Christians, responsible for a lot of men. He said, Paul said, one thing I do know, leaving those things which are behind, and I'm pressing now. I'm pressing towards getting right with God, and I want to please him. And once I get to do that, ain't no man can take me back away from knowing that I missed out all that time doing all what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do, what I got, what I had, what was mine. I got into self-centeredness. I got into pride. I got into lying and stealing. But I understand it, that I got out just in time, just to understand the difference that I can enjoy life until the fullest. Man, listen, I look good at my age. You know, they say black don't crack. I'm the 3 T's, tall, tan, and terrific.
Yeah.
Don't let me get started. I'm only serious.
That's what's up, man.
Well, brothers, listen, you know, and I really, you know, hope that what you guys keep doing in the industry where you are, because we are taking over the film, fashion, and movie industry now in the New Jack Empire. You know, again, I look forward to us staying in touch, and if you guys have anything that can contribute to where we can enlighten people with my book, will be great. You know, get an actual story of certain things that you learned, the transition, how it was made, and it'll be a great help. To help you to control your inner hate behavior and your emotions and your feelings, learning a lot of gifts that promises that have been promised, but we call it the riddle of the wise. You know, it's with the people of God that says my word is spirit and is life to those who receive it. So anytime you welcome the word, you're going to receive it. I know you guys are doing a good job in keeping the right people coming aboard, giving out great information that can be of help to someone that's home now, thinking that God doesn't love them or they need love too. You know, and that's what we have to do. We gotta, where the love is, God is there. And that's all you gotta know.
And I know for myself, I do a lot of praying to keep my anger down, because it don't take nothing for me to hit somebody in the mouth, especially when they talking crazy. So I pray a lot for that. I mean, I've been doing good because I kind of isolate myself from being around those kind of people that aggravates me.
Well, you know, the key to that is temperance, and it's your response. See, if it don't line up with the word of God, and this is going to help you with anger. You know, anger in itself is like, you know, a lot of people wear hurt on their sleeve, and you know, it's who you've been hanging around, it's who you with, and you know, again, how you when people come at you with anger and bitterness, it's your emotions. You know, the way you think produces your emotions and your feelings. Emotions and feelings rule the majority of people. God gave us emotions, but he never intended for emotions to govern our lives.
Correct.
He gave us temperance. Temperance is a gift from God. Learning that you're not moved by what you see. You ain't moved by what you hear. You only moved by the word of God. Ain't nothing else will ever move you again in life, my brother. I promise you that. If you just hold on to that, what I just told you, you ain't moved. And it's your response to things. Now let it be not of you. Let it be of him showing you how to handle that.
Right.
Because, you know, anger in itself is emotions. Emotions designed to move you out, up, and away from the will of God. Emotions is moving you in a direction. Someone can trigger you off with saying something to you, but you're not moved by that no more, because God ain't telling you that. God is love. And you return good for evil, brother. You're going to see that melt away, man. You be like, yo, man, you know, I used to have an anger issue, man. I used to come so, man, I punch a nigga in his mouth. You know what I'm saying? I wish you would say something. Say something. Say one more word. I remember Willie be talking about, man, we talking that talk. He was on the phone talking to this guy one day. He said, man, let me tell you something. I mean, you don't get on my nerves. Look, I got somebody at my door. I want you knocking at my door. I'm on the phone. You should have taken this stupid stuff down. I want you to don't be look, I'm gonna punch you in your face. Come on, I wish you were here now. I'll punch you in your face. Baby, who had the door? Oh, what are you doing? Oh, hey, how you get in so fast? I was on the phone when I was talking to you. What? Oh, man, come on, man. I was just playing with you, man. Oh, man, come on, man. Oh, stop, man.
Yeah.
You know, Willie didn't know, you know, you could travel with the phone. He talk all this crap. He came in here and beat Willie up. You know, so, you know, again, you ain't got to fight for a place or position. You know, you already got it. Like me, I could be Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao. You know what I mean? I ain't got to fight no more. What I got to fight for? I won. You think I'm joking, bro? Yeah, please, man, you can't hit nothing you can't see.
Oh, man. And you know what? I'm
all these gangsters be running around talking about, yo, nigga, I'm a real gangster, man. I say, oh, yeah? You a gangster, huh, bro? He said, yeah, my boy tell you, I got shot in my back 5 times. I say, yeah, nigga, you was running.
And you know what? I'm gonna hold you to that, and I'm gonna try it. But if it don't work, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna G Money. Guess what, man? I'm in jail. It didn't work.
You know what? Let me tell you, this guy, right? He knew about controlling his emotions, right? He knew all about it. You know, we sat him down, told him that emotions move you away from God. I ain't trying to move away from God. Because when emotions and feelings come up, I ain't moved by them. You know, I'm learning to become numb, and I ain't gonna respond to it. So the guy got a brand new Cadillac. His wife told him, look, if you lose your job, I'm leaving you. And the boss said, you come in here one more time, you come in here late, you losing your job. So now he driving his new Cadillac, guy cut him off. When he get out the car, he's so angry and mad, he go to hit the guy, and the police had just pulled up, and he hit the guy, bam, and his mouth busted open, blood was coming out. He got arrested. It was a Friday. It was a holiday on Monday. He stayed in jail Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He didn't come out and get out of jail until Tuesday. He wondered how he got there. His emotions moved him away from him knowing not to respond to anyone else's words in this world, because it's all contrary. It's not of good, it's not of greatness, it's not of love, it's not of anything that's relevant to what is rightfully doing what's right. It's called integrity. Doing what's right because it's right. So had he learned how to control his emotions, he wouldn't have came home, his wife wasn't there, she left him. And you say, dang, man, it's something like, man, what, his wife left, he ain't lost his job. Then he came and got his car because he had no job to pay for the car. So be careful about these emotions. The emotions, I'll give you, you know, you got to pay more money and get a better seat, but I'll give you a course on emotions, man. I got a good course for you, man. You be like sharp as a whip, you know? And I really think that it's not me. It's that God has already made the provisions for you, because anger and love travels two different directions.
Correct.
And I'm glad you admitted that, brother. I mean, my off time, you got time. We're not going to talk about your life story of how, you know, areas that you got issues.
Right.
You know, and we all been blinded, you know, and, you know, we've been blinded to knowing the truth, and this is how the enemies have been able to infiltrate and, you know, bring these things to your attention without knowing it's your response. Just because you see a stranger curse you out on the street, it don't bother you. You don't know him. You don't care about that. You look at everything in life that way, and you learn what? Return good for evil, man. You gonna be like, man, I know what to do now. Okay, you treat me wrong, you talk to me wrong, I could really smack you in your mouth, knock your teeth out, go to jail. But instead, man, let me show you some love. You know, the agape love, because the person needs love, you know, who, you know, you may get that offended you. You know, they might be mad and angry and they don't understand why I can't get peace. But I'm helping them see that. You can give me a call on the side sometimes, man. We go over it, you know, talk about it. I guarantee you get the evidence and the proof of it. You'll become another witness. And I won't be on this phone talking and telling you how to get it done. You'll be telling somebody else how to get it done.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And, man, we appreciate you talking with us, calling in. And like I say, you always welcome. And with your book, we definitely gonna push that. And before we end the call, let people know, you know, how they can stay in tune with you, what you got going on and stuff like that, how they can support you, support your cause, your movement, all that.
Well, again, man, we're making this movie. It's time, you know, to give everybody some differences of how life really is with the CMB brothers that are still existent and still here, as well as myself. But again, not to have gone in the direction where Hollywood projected it to be, but showing how we can leave a mark for our generations and generations to come, a mark that cannot be erased, and showing that we're all on a Fortune 500 empire. My book is The Chronicles of the New Jack Era, the official autobiography of Gerald G. Money. My website is thenewjackempirellc.com. Check out my website. You can order my book on my website. If you can't read, you can get somebody to read it to you. You know, next time I'll draw some pictures.
That's what's up.
I'm only serious. Look, let me give everybody some money before I leave. I want everybody to go out and play this number tomorrow. 742. Write that down on a piece of paper.
Hold
Roll it up and swallow it. And if it don't come out tonight, it'll damn sure come out tomorrow. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You've been beautiful.
Thank you so much. You have been truly an inspiration. If you need any catering, make sure you talk to your girl, Miss Tamika B.
All right, well, I'm gonna make you an official member too. You and your co-host. I'm gonna make you both, Lamont. I'm gonna make you both co-hosts. Check this out. I'm gonna ask you a question. This is gonna initiate you into the family now.
Thank
We
you.
the empire. My question to you is: am I not my brother's keeper?
Yes, I am.
My brother's keeper.
Yes.
I am.
You are now official member of the CMS. You know, behind every Cash Money brother, there had to be a Cash Money sister. So now you're an official CMS Cash Money sister. And Lamont, you are now official CMB Cash Money brother.
That's what's up, man. We love it.
All right?
We love it.
All right, I got you, bro. Trust me.
All right, hey, man, and if anything we can help out with, like I say, we here. Just reach out.
We'll go buy my book then, man. Buy my book. It's $24.95. I'm gonna autograph a copy for you.
We got you.
We got you.
All right?
Well, we got you.
And we can come back and do this again for part 2. You know, they killed off our characters. That's why they couldn't figure out how to figure out what I was doing. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So now we're going to come back with volume 2. So you tell your listeners, man, we're coming back. We're going to have more fun. We're going to enjoy. We're going to learn. We're going to open up the classroom for learning now.
That's what's up.
So this ain't church, baby. We're gonna learn something. You know what I mean? And all you're getting, get understanding.
That's what's up.
Yo, good night, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all been beautiful, man.
You as well.
Money, good money, gave money, got money. Ain't gonna get a little more money.
That's what's up. All right, be easy, brother. Thanks
Good
for calling
night.
in.
Yeah, I'll see, man. Put that debit card in there and get that book tonight, man. I'll autograph a copy for both of y'all, man. Come on now.
All right, I got you.
All right. You got the information, right?
Yeah, cause I got the information I got on Amazon. I got it.
Amazon is one aspect, man. Go straight through. I can autograph it and see it, man, before they give you royalties every quarter, man. This way you get it direct. You have it in a couple of days, man. This way it'll be faster to you, man. I got copies here at the house, man. I look up on my account. I see your name up there, you and your sister. I'm gonna autograph this copy for you, man. And when this movie come out, this movie's gonna kill him, man. I got everybody in this movie. I can't even tell you. I'm under non-disclosure, but I got the baddest boys in Hollywood, baby. And we about to turn it up. So, man, this movie is about to happen. We've been blessed to, get the green light on this project. And again, you guys are definitely welcome, to be a part of the history that is in the makings right now. And I got your back, man, So let's, each one, support each other, man. And I got you 100%,
All right, that's what's up. We got you.
Thank you, sweetheart. It was a good seeing you. Now you're CMS Cash Money sister, all right?
Yes, thank you so much.
All right, baby girl. Thank you so much. God bless you guys.
All right.
You as well.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Yo, what's up? That was the Real G Money that New Jack City was based out of. So, with that being said, we're